Welcome to Beyond the Trailers coverage of the 2012 Academy Awards, giving you an in-depth look at the top categories. And be sure to cast your vote for who you think should win in our poll at tinyurl.com/BTT Oscar Vote 2012. There's even a write-in section, as this year the Oscars are snub central. Now let's take a look at the nominees for Best Actor.
Demian Bichir, A Better Life.
Hootie Wuddy? Where'd this guy come from? I'll tell you where, the SAG Awards. And it's surprises like this that remind us why those smaller awards shows get so much coverage. The answer? Because Academy voters are made up of all the different professions, actors, directors, producers, etc. And a lot of those categories have their own organizations and awards. And actors happen to be the biggest voting bloc in the Academy, so the SAG Awards tend to be very telling on how the Oscars will go down. So while it is a surprise to see Bichir nominated here, it's not coming out of nowhere either. Bichir is also nominated for an Indie Spirit Award and was as well for an Alma Award. A Better Life won the Alma for Best Picture. But a high-profile nomination like this will do wonders for A Better Life, Chris Weitz' low-budget film about an illegal immigrant trying to provide a better life for his son while also keeping him out of LA's gangs. And who exactly is Demian Bichir? While U.S. audiences might recognize him from Weeds, he comes from an acting family in Mexico so prolific that one year the Mexican MTV Movie Awards actually had a category called Best Bichir in a Movie. Demian won. Oh hey, and guess what else? Since this movie came out back in June, you can rent or stream A Better Life right now.
George Clooney, The Descendants.
I bet that secretly Brad Pitt really hates George Clooney these days. That's because at the beginning of awards season, everyone on the face of the earth agreed that this was Pitt's year to win. But then in December, Clooney swaggered in. Now to be fair, neither guy is really pulling a Meryl Streep here. They're basically just playing themselves. No, what's gotten both actors a nomination is the circumstances that surround their roles. We'll discuss Pitt in a few moments, but with Clooney, what the Academy likes here is his ability to embrace his schlubbiness. Unshaven, unsuave, and cheated on, this is the male equivalent of an actress not wearing any makeup, and we all know how well that tactic works. In fact, I'd wager it's Clooney's desperate flip-flop run in the film that wrapped up his nomination and possible win in one fell swoop. Hell, it sold audiences on the movie, so why not the Academy on an Oscar? The only thing working against Clooney is that he already has an Oscar for his Best Supporting Actor role in Syriana. Sure, it's not the big one, but it's not like this is a Christopher Plummer level emergency either. Clooney's got a lot of acting years left.
Jean Dujardin, The Artist.
They say that acting is reacting, and if they are correct, Dujardin has certainly done that in spades in the silent film The Artist. After all, Dujardin, a famous French comedian, is a master reactor. But even in his native France, Dujardin was not considered an actor until The Artist, a role for which he studied the great silent film stars like Douglas Fairbanks, whom he even quoted in his Golden Globes acceptance speech. And the Academy could be very eager to shine a light on the foreign film stars of the silent era whose thick accents kept them from making the transition to sound. Ironically, though, the same thing might happen to Dujardin today. His accent is very thick, his English not very good. Is his charisma powerful enough to cut through all that? The last foreign actor to take home the Best Actor Oscar, Roberto Benigni, didn't exactly stick around. Let's hope Dujardin is in the middle of an elocution class as we speak.
Gary Oldman, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Oldman wins this thing. Just as they chose Sean Penn over frontrunner Mickey Rourke back in 2008, the Academy loves to prove they're above the hype. Plus, get this is Gary Oldman's first Oscar nomination. And when the Academy makes glaring mistakes like that, they like to correct them as soon as possible. Furthermore, while we here in America haven't really taken to Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, the UK just loves the film, and Hollywood just happens to love the UK. It is their biggest supply of actors. So will Oldman's most understated performance ever cause an upset at this year's Academy Awards? Although, come to think of it, Oldman does sell out a lot, which makes it even more unlikely the Academy will have another shot to give him an Oscar. I'm telling you, he could really win this thing.
Brad Pitt, Moneyball.
Oh yeah, he's still in this. Poor Brad Pitt. As I said earlier, the Best Actor Oscar was all but promised to him back in September. Remember? Everyone was super impressed he was playing a regular all-American guy. Well, now everyone doesn't seem to be so impressed anymore. And this is Pitt's third time up at bat after 12 Monkeys in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Plus, there was his other noted performance this year in The Tree of Life, which didn't win him any award nominations. Hey, both Ryan Gosling and Kate Winslet have gotten double Golden Globe nominations in the same year. Could it be that, like Leonardo DiCaprio, he's just too pretty to win an Oscar? Maybe being a regular guy isn't enough. Maybe he should be looking for scripts about a homeless guy. Although, isn't that what he kind of did in 12 Monkeys and it still didn't work? Don't feel too bad, Brad Pitt. You're one half of the most famous couple on Earth, and World War Z is gonna kick ass. And those are the 2012 Best Actor nominees. Who do you think deserves the Oscar? Leave your comments down below. And don't forget to vote in the Beyond the Trailer Oscar poll. It closes on February 18th. I'm Grace Randolph, and I hope you'll check out the rest of BTT's Oscar coverage.